everybody. Welcome as we get baseball underway on a Monday afternoon. Our apologies, just a little bit late getting started. It's thanks to technology, internet, about 3 minutes before airtime, which is pretty much the norm. Indicators suggested that we were out of bandwidth, so I had to switch from one router to the other, but here we go. Live coverage of Liberty County and Ridge Manor as we get into elimination play here in the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball Majors Tournament. Let's get you updated as to where we are. Really haven't missed a whole lot. You had a double from Rylan Roddenberry for Liberty County. Liberty County is the visiting squad in this one. And then strikeouts of Carpenter and Burns. And here we are with a base runner aboard in scoring position, but two gone for Liberty County here in the top part of the first. And Gavin Sewell stepping into the batter's box, taking a strike on the outside part of the plate from Bryce Saltzman. Well, quickly we will try to get you updated, and in a capsule, take a look at who is where. This one lifted to left field. That will get over the head of Yanquil Cabrera, and Roddenberry will make his way home. Standing at second is Gavin Sewell. And I'm going to mark that as an E7. Don't know that the official scorekeeper would do so, but it was played by Cabrera, and then realized at the last minute over his head, reached up and couldn't pluck it in. Maybe a double for Sewell from the official scorekeeper, but I will score it as an E7. Regardless, you've got a base runner at second, and the advantage now becomes a 1-0 Liberty County lead. We'll get to those starting lineups here in just a matter of moments. I also noticed some other issues that we've got to get settled as a result of the distraction created by the lack of internet. So let's get everybody right from the standpoint of abbreviations, acronyms on the scoreboard. And there you see Liberty County with the advantage. What you're seeing, I guess, kind of an on-screen look at what we do to make things look about like they should. Let's get the right colors in place. In gold, you've got Liberty County. And in predominantly a very dark blue color, Ridge Manor. There we go. We are set here in the top part of the first. Rylan Roddenberry, shortstop, batting in the one spot, leading things off with a double. Nate Carpenter strikes out looking. He is the pitcher batting second. Jake Burns strikes out swinging. Third baseman batting in the three spot. Gavin Sewell reaches on the error. And now Brock Lewis is given a walk. Sewell playing first, batting fourth for Liberty County. Brock Lewis batting in that five spot. Jacob Kent is the catcher. He will bat sixth. The seven hitter is Maddox Taunton. Ashton Ammons is the second baseman batting eighth. Tanner McSpadden is in the nine spot. Jackson Mayo playing right field will hit 10th. Jay Brown is the left fielder batting 11th. And Hunter Brown in center field batting in the 12th spot for Liberty County. Meanwhile, the defense for Ridge Manor on the hill. Bryce Saltzman behind the plate. Tripp Sumners, the first baseman, is Jazz Avan. At second, Henry Robinson, shortstop Bubba Stosh. And Mike Saltzman is at third in the outfield. Yanquil Cabrera is in left field. The center fielder is Ethan Rich. And Grayson Dorman in right. So there you are all set. And we've gotten through the technical issues that might have said, hey, put a halt to the game. We said, we'll come up with a solution, a plan B. And Jacob Kent stepping into the batter's box with a couple of base runners on, two gone, 1-0 Liberty County lead here in the top part of the first. Swing, a miss, and out will go Kent. So the three strikeouts, so make the three outs in the inning, strikeouts for Saltzman. Roddenberry gets on with a double. The error during the Sewell at-bat will bring him in. Liberty County with a 1-0 advantage as we head to the bottom of the first.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
When you need well drilling or pump service, you need Bassford. Proudly serving the Panhandle for 50 years, Bassford works with contractors, home builders, and individual homeowners. Thomas Bassford is dedicated to providing you with top-of-the-line products and service to ensure long-lasting results. For all your well construction or repair needs, see Bassford Well Drilling and Pump Service. Our pumps are premium products that have been tested and proven to be the best available. Call 850-526-3913 or 363-0501.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447.
Are you a friend of Jock Jive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of jockjive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together.
Bottom part of the first, Mike Saltzman coming to the plate to start things off for Ridge Manor after one-run plates in the top part of the inning for Liberty County. Roddenberry led off with a double, comes in on the error in left field, and Liberty County taking a one-zip lead into the bottom part of the inning. Saltzman's the third baseman, the right-hander starting things off for Ridge Manor. Bryce Saltzman, the pitcher, will bat second. Bubba Stosh, the shortstop, is in the 3 spot. Jazz Avad playing first, bats fourth. 5-hitter is Yanquil Cabrera, the left fielder. This one lifted into left field, and Saltzman on with a leadoff single. So Ridge Manor quickly gets a base runner aboard. And the tying run on over at first as Bryce Saltzman comes to the plate. Henry Robinson, the second baseman, batting sixth. The Tripp Sumners is the catcher in the 7-hole. Ethan Rich, center fielder, bats eighth. Grayson Dorman is the right fielder in the 9 spot. Chase Oberhaus will bat 10th. Andrew Hudson, the 11-hitter, and Derek Sita is batting in the 12 spot. Liberty County's defense has Nate Carpenter on the hill. Jacob Kent behind the plate, the first baseman Gavin Sewell. As this one is rolled to second, could be 2. Scooped up by Ammons, goes to second for 1. Throw on to first, not quite in time for 2. Got the 4 and the 6, didn't get the 3. And Bryce Saltzman on. 1 away for Bubba Stosh. Jake Burns at third, Rylan Roddenberry at short. And did I mention Ashton Ammons at second for Liberty County as we take a look at the defense? Outfield, Jay Brown in left. Center fielder is Hunter Brown. And in right field, Jackson Mayo. So a base runner at first, 1 away. Bubba Stosh at the plate. In Majors play, an elimination game. One of these teams advances. One of these teams wraps up their season. Liberty County beating Juanita 12-zip on Saturday. Lost yesterday to Mariana 12-1. Ridge Manor with a loss to Fort Meade on the opening day 7-3. And they didn't have to play yesterday. Rolled over to third. Scooped up by Burns. Goes to first with a throw. That's going to get away from Sewell. And now everybody advances 60 feet as Saltzman goes to third and Stosh will go to second. So both teams now with an error. And the error committed by Ridge Manor costly in allowing the run to score. We will see if the error plays a role in run scoring here in the bottom part of inning one. Liberty County making the mistake. Jazz Avant with a couple of base runners on. Fouls off the pitch. Yankiel Cabrera moving to the on-deck circle. Bottom part of the first, no time limit on the game. If you're looking at wrapping up a game before the sixth, then it's the mercy rule that would have to apply. A little bumped up behind the plate, Jacob Kent. And Blue checking up on Kent. Kent apparently okay. And got a smile from his pitcher, Nate Carpenter. Got a feeling that Jake Kent is saying, hey, Nate, let's swap places. And you try it back here. Taking a pitch in the dirt from Carpenter. Avant awaiting the toss from the right-hander, and it will go inside on Avant. Win and you play on, lose and your season wraps up. If you win, you're playing at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You take on the loser of the Mariana Chipley game, which happens later tonight. Swing and a miss by Avant. Yankiel Cabrera moving to the on-deck circle. Count runs full, 3-2 on Avant. Couple of base runners aboard. Saltzman and Stosh, and given the walk is Avant, and the base is loaded for 5-hitter Yankiel Cabrera. So it's all loaded up for Ridge Manor, and Yankiel Cabrera loves the opportunity here with the bases full and one away. If you'll recall, it was a shot to left field by Sewell to Cabrera that he mishandled in left field and allowed Roddenberry to come in and score. So Cabrera going, give me a shot at making amends. And the right-hander taking a pitch high from Carpenter. Avant at first, Stosh at second, Saltzman at third. And just a little bit low with the toss to Cabrera as the count goes 2-0. Henry Robinson to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch, 3-0 to Cabrera. Outside with a pitch to Cabrera, and a bases loaded walk by Carpenter brings in Saltzman and ties the game up. Cabrera credited with the RBI as Saltzman comes in and scores. Stosh goes to third. Avant is at second. Cabrera, the base runner, at first. And Henry Robinson to the plate with the bases loaded, and coach out to talk with Carpenter. Carpenter got a single out of Saltzman and then got the other Saltzman, Bryce, to wrap into the 4-6 that took Mike Saltzman off the base path. And then an error at third by Burns gets Stosh on. Avant and Cabrera walked, and Cabrera walked with the bases loaded. So Henry Robinson will come to the plate. with runners at first, second, and third tied at 1 each. Tripp Sumner's moving to the on-deck circle. The left-hander, Henry Robinson, stepping into the batter's box. And Carpenter, after the conversation with Coach, trying to find the strike zone, misses low and inside. It is overcast here. Have had intermittent showers, nothing of any serious nature thus far. Certainly nothing like we had yesterday afternoon at about 2 o'clock, when rains fell and it appeared as though we would not play baseball anymore on Sunday. But the crews here did such a sensational job in prepping every one of the fields. We're talking fields that were under several inches of water in some places, and got everything repaired so that play could return, and we got all the games in. Throw goes over to third and almost able to get Stosh. Over on the bag at third was the third baseman, Jake Burns. Boy, Carpenter throws over quickly. You had Stosh thinking more about Carpenter running him back than the fact that third baseman Burns was standing on the bag. And in the last minute, Carpenter throws over to Burns, and Stosh barely able to get back to third. Low and away with a pitch and another walk, as Robinson goes to first, and in will come Stosh. And the second bases loaded walk for Carpenter makes it a 2-1 Ridge Manor score, and Carpenter comes off the bump and says, Coach, well, I don't know if he says this to Coach, but the indication is that he realizes some days, as John Denver once sung, are diamond and some days are stone. And right now, Carpenter struggling a bit, so a new guy on the bump when we come back.
Are you aware of the scholarship program available to participants in Dixie Youth Baseball? Hundreds of men and women have won scholarships and used them to help pay for their education after graduating from high school. 70 $2,000 scholarships were given away this year. To apply for a scholarship, you must be a senior in high school, complete the application, and mail it by March 1st to be considered for one of these awards. If you played Dixie Youth Baseball in past years and you will be a senior in high school next year, we encourage you to think about this opportunity. Many are glad they did.
David Jackson Summers is a candidate for Liberty County Judge. David is committed to the qualities we need in an office holder. He is dedicated, respectful, and will pursue progress. For the first time in 22 years, the people of Liberty County have a choice in who our county judge will be. Take the opportunity to vote David Jackson Summers for your county judge. Political advertisement approved and paid for by David Jackson Summers for county judge.
Still in the bottom of the first, 2-1 advantage. Carpenter handing the ball over to Rylan Roddenberry. So Carpenter and Roddenberry swap places. Roddenberry moving in from short. Carpenter will go to short and face Tripp Sumner's Will Roddenberry. And Sumner's with a swing and miss. Nothing in one. Bases still full. 2-1 advantage. And obviously, in a double elimination tournament, when you've already got a loss, you don't have the luxury of taking chances when somebody's struggling, and we all struggle on the bump. Well, if we pitch, we do. We all have our struggles wherever and whatever we may do. And so, Ridge Manor facing a new pitcher because Liberty County is taking Carpenter from the hill. Roddenberry in. Here's the right-hander delivering. And goes low with the pitch. So the numbers on Carpenter: he works a third of an inning, faces 6, no strikeouts, 3 walks, gives up a hit, has allowed a pair of runs and the base runners on his responsibility. Swing and a miss by Sumner, and Sumner struck out by Roddenberry. So Roddenberry comes in and fans Sumner's and tries to take care of Ethan Rich to put it into the bottom part of the first. Great to have you watching. Well, you're watching the graphic, and you're, for the most part, listening to the coverage. A delight to have you aboard here on JockJive.com. State tournament play, swing and a miss by Rich. By the way, you want a copy of any of the previous games or any of the games to come? Why don't you email us, info@jockjive.com, INFO, info@jockjive.com. And we'll get a copy of the game to you. On the outside part of the plate, a strike to Rich. Count goes 0-2. Grayson Dorman to the on-deck circle. Info@jockjive.com. Downloads $5 each. Pick a game, any game, or all games. Just let us know. Rich rolling it towards third, charging in Burns. Throw goes over to first, just a little low. And that is going to allow Avant to score from third. Burns may have had an easier play at home with the force out there, but was focused on Rich trying to get it over to first. Instead, a little low with a toss. Avant comes in to score. Cabrera at third, Robinson at second. Rich, the base runner, at first, and now a 3-1 Ridge Manor lead. Grayson Dorman bunting and foul. Chase Oberhaus moving to the on-deck circle. Base is still full. They've been full the better part of the bottom of the first. 3 runs have plated. Ridge Manor with a 2-run lead here in the bottom part of the first in an elimination game. Juanita has already been eliminated. Sneeds has already been eliminated from the tournament. And in today's baseball, a couple of majors games going on. 2 more teams will leave. Speaking of leaving, Dorman struck out looking. That will put it into the bottom part of the first, but not before Ridge Manor scores 3 and takes a 2-run lead into the second. You're listening to the Dixie Youth Baseball Major State Tournament on Jock Jive Sports.
Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to jockjive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve Jock Jive. Roberts & Roberts Construction, with offices on Sherman Avenue in Panama City, are proud supporters of Dixie Youth Baseball. Roberts & Roberts understand the importance of instilling the positive characteristics that team sports provide. The ability to work together for a common goal, pick a teammate up when they are down, and praise a job well done are traits that will serve the young athletes well throughout their lives. And at Roberts & Roberts Construction, we are proud of these young gentlemen and ladies.
Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires, so be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other.
Florida-Dixie Youth All-Stars Sheriff Eddie Joe White welcomes you to Liberty County. Sheriff White understands all the hard work that has brought you to Bristol and salutes your efforts. He and his staff of deputies and admin personnel wish you the very best. Win or lose, it's about sportsmanship and doing your best. Good luck from Sheriff Eddie Joe White, serving Liberty County with fairness and honesty.
We head to the top of the second. Maddox Taunton leading things off for Liberty County, a 3-1 Ridge Manor lead as they send 9 to the plate in the bottom of the first and bring 3 home and leave 3 aboard. Got a base hit, couple of errors committed by Liberty County, and 3 Liberty County walks turn into a total of 3 runs. Maddox Taunton rolling it towards second. Robinson will field. Avan on the receiving end, and Taunton is out number 1. Well, you see a number there on your scoreboard, 334-488-1385. Those are numbers you need to put into your phone. And text us a shout-out. Send a go get them to somebody from Liberty County or Ridge Manor. Of course, when you do so, got one more request. And that's simply that you let us know where you are listening to the game from. What part of the city, what part of the state, what part of the country, what part of the world. 334-488-1385, the number there on your scoreboard. Low of the pitch, count even at 1 on Ashton Ammons. Tanner McSpadden moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the second, 3-1 Ridge Manor lead. A game that is slated to go 6, but again, there are things that could change that. Swing and a miss. Out goes Ammons. 2 away in the second. And Tanner McSpadden coming to the plate. Well, in case you've missed scores for majors, back to Saturday. Liberty County 12-zip over Juanita. Mariana beats Holmes County 13-zip. Chipley knocks off Sneads 11-1. Shalimar beating San Antonio 9-1. And Fort Meade a 7-3 winner over Ridge Manor. Yesterday, Mariana defeats Liberty County 12-1. Shalimar blanks Fort Meade 14-zip. Holmes County shutting down Juanita 15-zip. And San Antonio 12-6 over Sneads. On the outside part of the plate to McSpadden. And the count goes 0-2. 2 gone here in the top part of inning number 2. And it's fouled away to keep the count even. Another majors game going on. Holmes County and San Antonio in an elimination matchup over on field 2. Jason Thompson with live coverage of that one. Fouled away. Still 0-2. Jackson Mayo moving to the on-deck circle. Got some machine pitch baseball going on as well. Okeechobee and Bartow over on field 1. John Brock with coverage of that one. Chasing one outside. McSpadden strikes out. That is K, number 5 in the game for Saltzman. 3 go up, 3 go down. Nobody scores in the top part of the second. We go to the bottom part. Bottom part of the order due up. A 3-1 Ridge Manor lead.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
When you need well drilling or pump service, you need Bassford, proudly serving the Panhandle for 50 years. Bassford works with contractors, home builders, and individual homeowners. Thomas Bassford is dedicated to providing you with top-of-the-line products and service to ensure long-lasting results. For all your well construction or repair needs, see Bassford Well Drilling and Pump Service. Our pumps are premium products that have been tested and proven to be the best available. Call 850-526-3913 or 363-0501.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447. Chase Overhouse begins the bottom of the second for Ridge Manor, chasing the first pitch from Roddenberry. 0-1 on Overhouse. Andrew Hudson, Derek Sita due up in the inning, too. Hey, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Here's a big reason. Yesterday. That's all I need to say. Yesterday. Big reason for following us on Twitter, befriending us on Facebook as it's fouled away. Yesterday, there were rains that came. And unless you were here at the park, you didn't know when play would resume, what had happened, why there was no coverage going. Well, that's all the information. That's the kind of stuff that we get you on Facebook and Twitter. And we do have a goal, by the way. Would love to be as it's fouled back by Overhouse. And the count goes 0-2. Would like to be at 12,000 Facebook likes. And about 1,800 followers by the end of the tournament. So we've got a couple of days to get there. So if you thought about it, haven't, meant to, didn't, well, please do. Outside with a pitch from Roddenberry, trying to tease Overhouse with something near the plate, but just a tad outside. And it's 1 ball and a couple of strikes. Top part of the inning, 1-2-3 went Liberty County. Taunton, Ammons, and McSpadden go down. Roddenberry's pitch just a bit high. And the count evens. And while you're at it, while you're following us and befriending us, might as well subscribe to our YouTube channel. Overhouse awaits. Flared over towards first. Underneath is Sewell, and there's one away. Andrew Hudson to the plate. Derek Sita moving to the on-deck circle. And I guess we might as well have a goal for YouTube subscribers as well. How about 1,200? That's not that far away. I think we're at 1176 maybe. So need about 24 more if my math, which is always suspect, is relatively right. 1 ball, no strikes. Hudson with 1 away, nobody aboard. Bottom part of the second. Liberty County's only run came in the first. Ridge Manor's 3 runs came in the first as well. Count even at 1 on Hudson. 10, 11, and 12 hitters due up when you get to the top of the third for Liberty County. Roddenberry pitches. Hudson shows bunt. Commits, and a couple of strikes on the 11 hitter. Dixie Youth Baseball in the state of Florida. In Majors Baseball, you've got a 12-man offensive rotation first trip through, and then you lop off the bottom 3. And that's not to say we won't see Hudson at the plate again. He could come in as a pinch hitter. But after this trip through the rotation, it's 9 from here on out. 2-strike count on Hudson. Here's the 1-2 offering from Roddenberry. Outside. And the count will even up. Well, we are hoping weather is not an issue. And as I look at the skies on one side of the park, I'm going, nah, don't have to worry about it. Then I turn to the left and look out another window, and I'm like, worry. Swing, a miss, and out goes Hudson. Third strikeout of the game for Roddenberry. And there's 2 away for Dixita. So to my right, clouds and rather ominous-looking ones. To my other right, to my left is the clouds. To my right, clear skies. Got lots of blue and a few puffs of white. Into the strike zone, outside part of the plate to Cedar. 0-1 on Cedar. Back to the top of the order next. Mike Saltzman moving to the on-deck circle. Saltzman has got the only base hit of the game for Ridge Manor. Led off the game with a single. Round right back up the middle. Roddenberry dives to retrieve. It gets away from him briefly, but able to recover and go over to first and get Cedar on the 1-3 putout. 3 go up, 3 go down in the top and bottom part of the inning. We head to the top of the third. Still a 3-1 Ridge Manor lead.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game. And all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do. And it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong. And Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447. When those taste buds are demanding delicious, make it the Cookhouse Restaurant in Bluntstown. From steaks to sandwiches, cooks will have those buds saying, oh yeah. There's prime rib, crab legs, a variety of seafood and steaks, soup and salad bar, a complete dessert menu and ice cream bar, and more. The Cookhouse Restaurant is open 10 to 8 Monday through Thursday, till 9 on Friday and Saturday, and open at 7 a.m. Saturday for breakfast. The Cookhouse Restaurant is located on Main Street North. Player, team, and umpire specials available.
Every league in Dixie Youth Baseball sets their sights each year on the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. In August, champions in the Majors Division, the Triple-A Division, or the O-Zone Division from each state compete for the number 1 position.
And now Rich paid a visit. And taking the opportunity to discuss Liberty County strategy over at third of the guys on the base path, Roddenberry, Carpenter, as well as hitter Jake Burns. Top part of the fourth, it has been a productive part of the inning. Conversation on the hill wraps up with a new guy coming in. So Ridge Manor taking Rich off the bump. It is Stosh who will come in. We'll get you some numbers on Rich. Take a look at Stosh when we come back.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
David Jackson Summers is a candidate for Liberty County Judge. David is committed to the qualities we need in an office holder. He is dedicated, respectful, and will pursue progress. For the first time in 22 years, the people of Liberty County have a choice in who our county judge will be. Take the opportunity to vote David Jackson Summers for your county judge. Political advertisement approved and paid for by David Jackson Summers for county judge. Florida Dixie Youth All-Stars Sheriff Eddie Joe White welcomes you to Liberty County. Sheriff White understands all the hard work that has brought you to Bristol and salutes your efforts. He and his staff of deputies and admin personnel wish you the very best. Win or lose, it's about sportsmanship and doing your best. Good luck from Sheriff Eddie Joe White, serving Liberty County with fairness and honesty.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Top of the 4th, Jake Burns into the batter's box facing a new guy on the bump. It is Bubba Stosh who comes in from short to take over the hill. After Ethan Rich worked a third of an inning, faced 7, struck out 1, issued 4 walks, and gave up a couple of hits. And now Burns is walked. And the base is loaded again. Gavin Sewell, 0 for 2, reached on an error and wrapped into a 5-3, goes to the screen. In from third comes Roddenberry. And the lead for Liberty County now 6. Carpenter advancing to third. Burns going to second. And by the way, the numbers on Rich still in limbo. That's because we don't know how many runs he will allow. There's still a base runner aboard that would be credited to Rich as Stosh delivers. Big cut from Sewell. Sewell kicked up that front leg looking to go to the wall, but instead a swing and a miss. Mike Saltz, by the way, has become the utility guy. He started at third, went to center, and now with Rich off the mound, Rich back into center field, and Saltzman is now the shortstop. As Stosh came in from short, Sewell will strike out. And there's 2 gone as we get back to the guy who started off the inning. Brock Lewis walked and scored a run earlier in the 4th. 5 runs have plated here in the 4th inning. A 9-3 advantage that belongs to Liberty County. And keep in mind, Ridge Manor had a lead of 2, a 3-1 lead going into the top of the third. But since the third, it has been primarily Liberty County. Stasha's pitch, just a little bit outside. Throw going to short just to make sure everybody stays put. They do indeed. Carpenter stays at third. Burns stays at second. Nobody with an effort to come to the house, and obviously you got to have Carpenter heading home before Burns will think about a trip to third. Left-hander Lewis, and he will get his second walk of the fourth. And that loads things up. Jacob Kent, who has walked and struck out to the plate. Pitch to Cabrera from Rylan Roddenberry. Roddenberry coming into the game back in the first and now has worked his way into the fourth, bottom part of the inning. A 6-3 advantage. Liberty County, lots of the 9 scored in the fourth as there is a swing and a miss by Cabrera, and he will go down. For Roddenberry, that is K number 5 in the game. And there is one away for Henry Robinson. Trip Sumner on deck. The left-hander awaiting the throw of the right-hander. Rylan Roddenberry. Hit over towards third. Grabbed there by Burns. Goes over to first and will get the out of Robinson on the 5-3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth for Trip Sumner. 1 hour, 28 minutes of this one. And again, our apologies. I know there has been some interruptions in the coverage due to internet issues. We've just got some bandwidth problems here that we're trying to iron through with a number of different tools. And none of the above seems to be at least the perfect answer. 2 gone for Trip Sumner. Scores, though, posted after the fact. I know you want to hear the game, though. But you do get scores at the end of this one. Swing and a miss by Sumner. Post them on Facebook and Twitter. That's why you want to befriend us. And why you want to follow us. So you can keep updated on everything that is happening here at the park. On the outside part of the plate, Sumner got looking. 6 strikeouts in the game for Rylan Roddenberry. We are through 4, going to the 5th. A 9-3 advantage, Liberty County in an elimination battle.
Did you know a child may start in the Dixie program at or below age 6 and continue through age 19? Yes, there's an opportunity for youth 6 through 19 to enjoy baseball in Dixie. Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, Dixie Majors. If your league is not a part of these baseball programs, contact a Dixie official for information and bring your child up in Dixie.
Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports do-it-all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to jockjive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve Jock Jive. Roberts & Roberts Construction, with offices on Sherman Avenue in Panama City, are proud supporters of Dixie Youth Baseball. Roberts & Roberts understand the importance of instilling the positive characteristics that team sports provide. The ability to work together for a common goal, pick a teammate up when they are down, and praise a job well done are traits that will serve the young athletes well throughout their lives. And at Roberts & Roberts Construction, we are proud of these young gentlemen and ladies.
Are you aware of the scholarship program available to participants in Dixie Youth Baseball? Hundreds of men and women have won scholarships and used them to help pay for their education after graduating from high school. 70 $2,000 scholarships were given away this year. To apply for a scholarship, you must be a senior in high school, complete the application, and mail it by March 1st to be considered for one of these awards. If you played Dixie Youth Baseball in past years and you will be a senior in high school next year, we encourage you to think about this opportunity. Many are glad they did.
Top of the fifth, Maddox Taunton coming to the plate to start things off for Liberty County. Ashton Ammons, Tanner McSpadden due up in the inning, too. Liberty County with a 9-3 advantage going into the fifth. Stosh stays on the hill. Taunton with a swing and a miss. Liberty County a run in the first, got 3 in the third, and then had a 5-run fourth. Meanwhile, Ridge Manor plating all of their runs, all 3 in the first inning. Another strike on Taunton. Saltzman got the start. Ridge came in, and now Bubba Stosh tossing the balls and strikes for Ridge Manor. And takes care of business quickly with Taunton. So 1 up, 1 down. Taunton strikes out. Ethan Ridge, Grayson Dorman, Mike Saltzman when you get to the bottom part of the inning. Toss outside to McSpadden. And that may be Hunter Brown. Looks like it is. Pinch hitting for McSpadden. So Brown is given the walk. Well, I mentioned when you take the bottom 3 batters, the 10, 11, and 12 spots out of the rotation, which happens after the first time through, that you might see some of those hitters as pinch hitters, and that's what we got from Hunter Brown. A pinch hit appearance, and he walks as we go back to the top of the order. And Riley Roddenberry steps in. Roddenberry has been perfect on the day. 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, 1 RBI. Has a couple of singles and a double. Toss goes outside. Uh-oh. Don is in the house. Don Morris, one of the national directors for the state of Florida from not too far away. Making the trip in on a Monday. Throw going over to first, and the same results as a throw to first earlier in the game. It's a misfire, this time by Stosh. And advancing the second is Brown. That is the 6th error of the game for Ridge Manor. Pitches outside to Roddenberry. Nate Carpenter moving to the on-deck circle. 2 gone, 1 aboard in scoring position here in the top part of the 5th. Roddenberry lines it right at shortstop Saltzman, and Saltzman can't hang on to the heat. Brown will round third, come in to score. Roddenberry on his way to second. He'll be there safely. Throw goes into center field. Scooped up by Rich. Goes to third with a throw, but will not get Roddenberry. Well, I'm thinking there was a little too much habanero on the shot by Roddenberry to give an E to Saltzman at short. But it was the throwing mistake that does indeed allow runners to advance. So a base hit and an error playing a role in the at-bat that turns it into a 7-run lead for Liberty County. And it puts Nate Carpenter at the plate, who is 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and a run scored. Jake Burns to the on-deck circle, popped up on the infield. There at second is Robinson to make the catch. Roddenberry will stay on, but Liberty County will get another run. It's a 10-3 Liberty County lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue their education. All money collected for the Scholarship Fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to jockjive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve Jock Jive.
David Jackson Summers is a candidate for Liberty County Judge. David is committed to the qualities we need in an office holder. He is dedicated, respectful, and will pursue progress. For the first time in 22 years, the people of Liberty County have a choice in who our county judge will be. Take the opportunity to vote David Jackson Summers for your county judge. Political advertisement approved and paid for by David Jackson Summers for county judge. Florida Dixie Youth All-Stars Sheriff Eddie Joe White welcomes you to Liberty County. Sheriff White understands all the hard work that has brought you to Bristol and salutes your efforts. He and his staff of deputies and admin personnel wish you the very best. Win or lose, it's about sportsmanship and doing your best. Good luck from Sheriff Eddie Joe White, serving Liberty County with fairness and honesty.
Every league in Dixie Youth Baseball sets their sights each year on the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series. In August, champions in the Majors Division, the AAA Division, or the O-Zone Division from each state compete for the #1 position in Dixie Youth Baseball. Why not combine your vacation with a week of championship youth baseball at the Dixie Youth World Series?
Bottom of the fifth, Ethan Rich leading things off. A brand new pitcher on the bump for Liberty County. It is Jackson Mayo who will relieve Rylan Roddenberry, who worked a total of 3 2/3 innings, faced 13, struck out 6, no walks, no hits, no runs given up. An impressive performance on the hill for Rylan Roddenberry. And Liberty County taking a 7-run lead into the bottom part of the fifth. Ethan Rich reached on an error in the first. Mayo catching the outside part of the plate to even the count at 1. Well, our apologies early in the broadcast. Had some internet issues. I have kind of stolen. Okay, not stolen, but internet that would have been used elsewhere. Currently, the other 3 fields are no longer in use for about 10 or 15 more minutes. So I've kind of snuck into their bandwidth to be able to get you a rather smooth, or at least smoother, feed. Toss just a little bit low to Rich. And we will try to figure out how to resolve the lack of bandwidth here in the box. We are at the mercy of such. Swing and a miss by Rich, and Rich will get fanned. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th strikeout by Liberty County pitching as it gets Rich to begin the bottom of the fifth. Grayson Dorman next. Dorman struck out looking in the first, and that was at the hands of Rylan Roddenberry. 6 hits, a total of 3 errors committed, 7 stranded. Liberty County with 10 runs in the game. Ridge Manor, 1 hit, 7 errors, and thus far have left 4 on. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Count goes even at 1 on Grayson Dorman. Mike Saltzman moving to the on-deck circle. That is just a little bit outside. Mayo trying to nibble on the same part of the plate that got him the strike on the previous pitch. It is foul tipped into the mitt of Kent. A 2-strike count on Dorman. Count goes even, 2 each. Couple of balls, couple of strikes. Here in the bottom part of the 5th. Into the strike zone, out goes Dorman, 2 away here in the 5th. Back-to-back Ks for Mayo. And we go back to the top of the order as Mike Saltzman steps in with 2 gone and nobody on. Saltzman is singled and popped out to first. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Liberty County's 6th starts with their 3 spot, 3, 4, and 5. Burns, Sewell, and Lewis all coming to the plate. But Ridge Manor hoping to hang around the bottom of the 5th with a pair of outs for a bit. Your 2 Saltzmen, Mike and Bryce, here in the bottom part of the inning. 1 hour, 44 minutes of baseball. Chopping at it, Saltzman. Comes up empty. That was too enticing. Count even, 1 each. Well, we are here today, here tomorrow, here Wednesday and maybe Thursday. Then it's off to Sebring for some of us. And of course, there's about 8 days in between, so we got to be doing something. We'll go to Georgia for the Georgia Recreation and Parks Association state tournaments. Saltzman fouling it off. Couple of strikes on Mike Saltzman. For the month of July is out. SWAC Media Day. Final 4 in the Dixie Pre-Majors World Series, all on the Dixie Majors 15U. And the World Series in AA, all right here. Outside with a pitch to Saltzman. High inside delivery, and Saltzman is walked. So Mike Saltzman drawing a 2-out walk and enjoying the trip down to first. Bryce Saltzman coming to the plate. Saltzman, as in Bryce, wrapped into the 4-6 in the first, reached on an error in the third. Outside with a pitch to Saltzman. So Saltzman on and Saltzman in. Mike Saltzman over at first. Bryce Saltzman into the batter's box. And I'm not going to say anything about the fact you got Mayo on the hill and Saltman at the plate. All kinds of ingredients for some great baseball. Stosh awaiting his opportunity next. Mayo, the right-hander. Back turn to Saltzman at first. Gets one by Saltzman at the plate. And the count will go 1 ball and a couple of strikes. Popped up just over the outstretched mid. It's short of Roddenberry. Travels into left center field. Mike Saltzman on his way to third. Gets there safely. And safely at second will go Bryce Saltzman. Aggressive base running. Has a couple of base runners, both Saltzman in scoring position. And the 2 base hits in the ball game for Ridge Manor belong to Saltzman. Mike with 1, Bryce with the other. And a couple of base runners aboard for Bubba Stosh. Stosh reached on an error, scored a run in the first, struck out looking in the third. Batting here in the fifth with a couple of base runners on as Ridge Manor tries to make some noise. Swing, a miss, ball is out in front of the plate, and the one that needed to know didn't know. Kent was looking for it everywhere. Mayo realized where it was, came charging in to try to field, but not before Saltzman will come in and score from third. Well, that was one of those situations where the guy who needed to know didn't know and everybody else did, where that little white ball was just a couple of feet out in front of the plate. And Mike Saltzman will score the first Ridge Manor run since the first inning. High and inside to Stosh. Stosh reached on an error, scored a run in the first, struck out looking, as I mentioned, in the third. Jazz Avant moving to the on-deck circle. Outside of the strike zone. Stosh the right-hander, Mayo the right-hander. Mayo looking over to third. Bryce Saltzman there. You're not worried about him stealing. That won't happen in majors. Right between the legs of Roddenberry into center field. And Saltzman will come in and score from third. Stosh will go to second. And it's the E6 that plates the fifth run of the game for Ridge Manor. And the second one of the inning. That is the fourth Liberty County error of the game, as it just slipped right between the legs of Roddenberry and into center field. Brown able to get to it in center field, but not before Stosh gets to second and Saltzman comes in and scores. And Jazz Avant is next, who has walked, ground into a 6-3 and scored a run. Yanquiel Cabrera to the on-deck circle, swing and a miss by Avant, taking off for third Stosh. And the ball is sitting there waiting on him. Kent got it over to Burns. Burns waiting on the arrival of Stosh, and Stosh slides right into the tag to end the bottom of the fifth. 10-5 your score as Ridge Manor will score a pair. We go to the sixth. You're listening to the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball Major State Tournament on Jock Jive.
We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue their education. All money collected for the Scholarship Fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one. When you need well drilling or pump service, you need Bassford. Proudly serving the Panhandle for 50 years, Bassford works with contractors, home builders, and individual homeowners. Thomas Bassford is dedicated to providing you with top-of-the-line products and service to ensure long-lasting results. For all your well construction or repair needs, see Bassford Well Drilling and Pump Service. Our pumps are premium products that have been tested and proven to be the best available. Call 850-526-3913 or 363-0501.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447.
Top of the sixth, Jake Burns leading things off. Gavin Sewell, Brock Lewis, 2 up in the inning as well, facing Bubba Stosh on the hill for Ridge Manor. Ridge Manor getting the 2 Saltzmans in, Mike and Bryce, in the bottom of the third. It's fouled away by Burns to turn the count to 0-2. Mike Saltzman walked, Bryce Saltzman singled, both coming in score. And Ridge Manor within 5 here in the 6th. Swing and a miss by Burns, and he will go down a strikeout victim to Stosh. That is the 3rd K of the game for Bubba. And there's 1 away for Gavin Sewell. Sewell has reached on an error. He's ground out to third and struck out 0 for 3 in the game. Reached on the error in the first, ground out to third in the third, and was fanned in the 4th. Batting here in the 6th, Liberty County's big inning, the 4th, when they batted around. Sent 11 to the plate and plated 5 runs. Another swing and miss from Sewell. A run in the first, 3 in the third, a 5-run 4th. And since then, 1 in the 5th. 1 ball, couple of strikes on Sewell. With 1 away and nobody on, Ridge Manor trying to hold Liberty County. I don't think that one's going to hold. The baseball out of the park. Gavin Sewell with a 1-out solo home run. Well, the Ridge Manor plans go awry. It was to keep Liberty County scoreless. And Gavin Sewell says, how about this? On the other side of the wall, and Liberty County will take an 11-5 advantage here in the top of the 6th. First round tripper of the game, Rylan Roddenberry got close. He hit the yellow on the top of the temporary fence, but it came back into the park. And now Gavin Sewell, really no doubt about it. Once it left the stick, pretty certain it was leaving the park. And Sewell makes it an 11-5 contest with Brock Lewis at the plate. Lewis taking the inside pitch from Stosh. Lewis has been to the plate 3 times and walked 3 times. Walked in the first, walked in the 4th, walked in the 4th twice. And Gavin Sewell knocking it out of the park. Solo home run over the left field wall to make it an 11-5 game. Swing, a miss by Lewis. Had a big uppercut. Aiming for the same spot that Sewell went, but comes up empty. Here's the Stosh pitch, trying to get the changeup to catch the outside part of the plate. But it stays wide on him. On the outside part, Lewis caught looking, 2 gone here in the 6th. And Jacob Kent, who has struck out twice, and in between the K's, sandwiched in a walk and a run. Struck out in the first, struck out in the 4th. But earlier in the 4th, walked and scored a run. Of course, that was part of that 4th inning in which 11 go to the plate. 3 were left on and 5 scored. 3 going down. And it was in inning 2 that saw, I believe it was 2 different pitchers. Rich starting off the inning, and then Stosh came in. As a matter of fact, that's when Stosh entered this contest, still on the bump in the 6th, then goes over the head of Jacob Kent with a pitch. Here's the windup and delivery. It will catch the outside part. Count even at 2 on Kent. Ridge Manor trying to shut Liberty County down and pick up the sticks and score some runs in the bottom part of the inning. Got a piece of it, did Kent, but it foul tips back into the men of Sumners. And Kent will become a strikeout victim, too. Well, when Liberty County wasn't striking out on the top of the 6th, they were homering. Gavin Sewell with a solo shot makes it a 6-run Liberty County lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game. And all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do. And it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong. And Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447. When those taste buds are demanding delicious, make it the Cookhouse Restaurant in Blunnstown. From steaks to sandwiches, cooks will have those buds saying, oh yeah. There's prime rib, crab legs, a variety of seafood and steaks, soup and salad bar, a complete dessert menu and ice cream bar, and more. The Cookhouse Restaurant is open 10 to 8 Monday through Thursday, till 9 on Friday and Saturday, and open at 7 a.m. Saturday for breakfast. The Cookhouse Restaurant is located on Main Street North. Player, team, and umpire specials available. David Jackson Summers is a candidate for Liberty County Judge. David is committed to the qualities we need in an office holder. He is dedicated, respectful, and will pursue progress. For the first time in 22 years, the people of Liberty County have a choice in who our county judge will be. Take the opportunity to vote David Jackson Summers for your county judge. Political advertisement approved and paid for by David Jackson Summers for county judge.
Bottom of the 6th, Ridge Manor needing 5 runs. Jazz Avant, Yanquil Cabrera, and Henry Robinson 2 up in the inning. And Ridge Manor trying to get at least, well, I said 5. That was prior to the home run from Gavin Sewell. Make it 6 now needed. And if you're going to score 6 in your Ridge Manor, you're thinking, well, heck, might as well toss in a 7th run and win it in the bottom of the 6th. So Ridge Manor trying to put together one of those, not impossible, typically I guess improbable, but we've seen the improbable happen in the world of baseball before. And Jazz Avant will try to start it off, swing and a miss by Avant. Avant asking for time to do a little excavating, moving some dirt around on the left side of the plate. Right-hander facing the right-handed Jackson Mayo. And then pops it in the direction of center field. That is near the fence, and it will get out of the park. Jazz Avant with a home run. And the little lady with the big swing pops it out of the park. Jazz Avant. Solo home run, and Avant sitting over in the box, as in the dugout in the top part of the 6th, watched Gavin Sewell put it on the other side of the wall and said, I can do that. And jumps on the Jackson Mayo pitch and sends it 200 plus. And Jazz Avant with a solo home run makes it an 11-6 game. So Ridge Manor starting off the bottom of the 6th with fireworks as Yanquil Cabrera steps in. Cabrera with a walk with the bases loaded, picked up an RBI, struck out in the 4th. Batting here in the 6th with nobody gone and a run in. Henry Robinson to the on-deck circle. Pitch on the outside part of the plate for Mayo. And the count will go even at 1. A ball strike. Nobody gone, 1 in. Avant with a home run. 2 home runs in the 6th, 1 in the top part of the inning, 1 here in the bottom part. And Cabrera now awaiting the 2-1 offering from Jackson Mayo. Backing up was Cabrera, but putting it into the strike zone was Mayo. And the count goes even at 2 each. 2 balls, 2 strikes, fouled off by Cabrera. Well, I got to say a big thank you, by the way, to Tanya Cox, who provided some dessert, and I was obviously the first to volunteer to test drive it, and it was excellent, as was expected. As a matter of fact, all the folks that are providing goodies up here in the box. Cabrera going down, a strikeout victim, doing such a sensational job. You sit here and just watch baseball and call the game, and folks come by and say, can we bring you something to eat, something to drink? I mentioned it the other day. I like it here. I wonder if we can do a tournament next week in Bristol. That might be a little taxing on the workers here, though. But certainly a great spot, great hospitality. Left-hander Henry Robinson facing Mayo. 1 away here in the bottom part of the 6th, an elimination game. Loser wraps up their season. Popped up foul territory, and trying to get there before it went out was third baseman Jake Burns, but it's on the other side of the chain link. And the Robinson at bat will continue. Win the game, you play on. Lose the game, and you reflect back on a great season. Win, and you've got a 5 p.m. matchup against the loser of the Mariana Chipley game, which takes place at 7:30. That's about 15 minutes away from getting started. Outside with a pitch to Robinson. This has been a lengthy one, though. 2 hours and 5 minutes of baseball. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone to Robinson. 1 fouled off, 2-1, wrapped in the direction of left field, but foul, and the count will even up at 2. Well, Liberty County certainly hopes there is no top part of a 7th inning. I've given up 1 run, but gotten 1 out. So if you're going to do that kind of thing in your Liberty County, you like your eyes. Up by 5. Chopped over towards Ammons at second. It will get underneath his mitt into center field. And the bottom of the 6th continuing for Ridge Manor as Robinson gets on with a base hit. That's the 4th one of the game for Ridge Manor. And that will bring Coach out of the dugout to come talk to Jackson Mayo. Let's see if Mayo stays or goes. Here in the bottom part of the 6th, you've still got a 5-run lead. So it's not like you are at this moment in danger of giving up the advantage, but Coach just wanting to make sure that Mayo keeps the foot on the accelerator and doesn't get a little comfortable with what was a 6-run lead, now 5. Or how about this? He decides maybe Mayo needs to come out and Ammons needs to come in. Well, this is the coach who's had an opportunity to see these guys throughout the course of a season, so he knows when it's time to pull a guy when he maybe is struggling a bit on the bump, and Mayo giving up the home run to Avan and then giving up the single to Robinson feels more comfortable with Ashton Ammons coming in. So we'll get a new guy on the hill. We got some numbers for you on Mayo when we return to Bristol.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Dixie Youth Baseball has now given over $1,240,000 to former Dixie Youth players and scholarships. Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program.
When you need well drilling or pump service, you need Bassford. Proudly serving the Panhandle for 50 years, Bassford works with contractors, home builders, and individual homeowners. Thomas Bassford is dedicated to providing you with top-of-the-line products and service to ensure long-lasting results. For all your well construction or repair needs, see Bassford Well Drilling and Pump Service. Our pumps are premium products that have been tested and proven to be the best available. Call 850-526-3913 or 363-0501.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447. The new pitcher is Ashton Ammons. The new second baseman is Nate Carpenter, as Jackson Mayo is pulled after an inning and a third. Faces 8, strikes out 3, walks 1, gives up 3 hits, and thus far 3 runs. But one base runner is on, that is Robinson, which would be the responsibility of Ammons. Swing and a miss by Sumner, and a very quick work as Ammons takes care of Sumner. And there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. So for Ridge Manor to avoid elimination, it is all up to, at least the moment, Ethan Rich. Strike on the outside part of the plate to Rich, who has reached on an error and struck out. Reached in the first, struck out in the 5th, batting here in the 6th with Robinson at first. And another one on the corner. Well, Ammons is making it look like Coach knew exactly what he was doing. Strikes out Sumner and now has an 0-2 count on Rich and delivers into the strike zone. Ammons doesn't stay on the bump long, but it's because he doesn't have to. Works quickly to strike out Sumner and strike out Rich, leaving Robinson on the highlight in the bottom of the 6th. The Jazz Avant solo home run, but this one has gone final. And it is a victory that belongs to Liberty County with a win. They've got a 5 p.m. matchup tomorrow against the loser of the Mariana Chipley game. With a loss, Ridge Manor will reflect back on a great year, but they will take it to the house, eliminated from the Dixie Youth Baseball Florida Majors State Tournament. 7 hits, 4 errors, 7 stranded. Liberty County will score a total of 11. 1 in the first, 3 runs in the third, a 5-run fourth. Put a run each on the board in the 5th and 6th. Ridge Manor will get a total 4 base hits. They will commit 7 errors and leave 5 on. Get 3 in the first, 2 in the 5th, and 1 on the Avant solo home run in the 6th. You've got a final after 2 hours and 10 minutes of baseball. It is an 11-6 win that belongs to Liberty County. Thanks so much for listening. This has been the Florida Dixie Youth Major State Tournament on Jock Jive. I'm Robert Williamson.